It's good, chat. How y'all feeling, chat? How y'all feeling? We good, chat. How y'all bumming? Chilling. We're chilling right now. It says, hey Terrell, it's Janelle. Hey Janelle, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? What's up, chat? How y'all doing tonight, chat? We're giving a giveaway for February tonight. I'm gonna get back to my supporters. To those that supported me, that's been supporting me. How to do it? I'm gonna do it like start at like 11:30. Ooh, overly tired, bros. Long day. Overly long day. What's so long though? Who in the chat, man? Comment yo, comment yo. Comment yo if y'all in the chat. I'm not, it's looking kind of loud. It's kind of interfering with my mic. why me? Try to get everything, bro. Literally. I started at 11:30. I'm over the top. I had to start it right away, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm definitely be sleeping that late. Streaming that late. I'm finna work out. Workouts. Says we love you, Terrell, and we are proud of you. Me and Daddy are watching together, and we can't wait to eternity comes. This is, I thank you and love y'all too. Appreciate that. And yeah, I can't wait till she can get there. Last week, the final countdown. Nah, but yeah. Definitely cannot wait. Definitely cannot wait. It's the 4th. Yeah. It's the 4th. Gonna be the 5th and the 6th. Gonna be the 5th and the 6th. I'm gonna let see a couple more people come in. See, my spelling bee tomorrow too. At what time? Yeah, I've been trying to catch one of those, or like a game or something. What time is it? And where is it at? Says I'm going to. Ooh, congratulations. W's in the chat. Regionals. I meant. That's big. That's big. Yeah, my spelling is bad now. It's be decent though, but a little bit rough on the edges. Spell a little 1-2. 5:30. Okay. And where's it at? PM. Bad. Alright, grandma got Dallas tomorrow. 'Cause we missed today. So I gotta take her. She'll be back home by like 4. I'm gonna just try to come after. St. Paul. Oh, okay, it's cool. That's close. Definitely gives me enough time. Definitely give me enough time. I'm gonna put that on my calendar. Put that on my calendar. Me too, cuz. Ha. Facts. Says. Yeah, I can spell like. Let me think of a word I can spell. Like recording. I'm just playing. I see that on my screen. Give me a word to. Nah, I can't even tell you how to give me a word to spell because I can spell it. Let me think of a random word. I don't know, cause I think a word. I'm gonna know how to spell it. I'm gonna do a spelling bee. I'm gonna do a spelling bee stream. That'd be dope. One day. I thought Thursday was not. Yeah, cause she didn't go today. Another game, yes sir. Merge. Yeah. Look, she finna go to regionals for the spelling bee. She's going crazy right now. Definitely going overly crazy. Definitely going over crazy. I wish I did a spelling bee when I was younger. I need it. I said, yeah, my bad, brother. I was on the phone. I heard that. It hit different. It hit different, man. Let me pull up this. Let's go big screen. 7 in the chat. 7 in the chat. What's the word, chat? What's the word? It says spell a word. It's pronounced. Waiponamuta. Why? Wait, why? Namuta. Why? Why pull? Why? You already cooked me. Why pull Namuta? Yes, it's cooked. It's what on my behalf. I'm fried. It's over with. I'm lost. Why? Why? H. Why? I mean, I said why. Why? P. I don't know. P-O. Why P-O? That don't even make sense. I lied. It's cooked. I couldn't spell more than half the words her and her mom been going over because I'm like, where the hell these words came from? Yeah, nah, for real. Our French words for why though we ain't going to French. Oh yeah, French words are crazy. Yeah, I be having a hard spelling Spanish. I be trying to spell como te llamas. I only put one L last time. It's tough. No, just like feels my own self, fam. Want me to spell it for you? See, I knew it. I'm like YP, but I never heard a word like start like that. I'm like YPO. Yes, yeah, that's what I was trying to start with, but I thought I was tripping. I was like, that don't make no type. It didn't process in my brain that makes sense as a word. YPONEMEUTA. Yeah, I'd have spelled mu. Definitely, I would have spelled that totally wrong. MEU, I would have never spelled it like that. I'm not gonna lie. The T, I had the TA for sure. The N, I just probably spelled NA. I'm not gonna lie. I'd have been fried after the YPO. It's raps. Overly raps. I'm being invested. Okay, spell. Let me think of a word for you to spell. Hold on. Let me find a word. Find a word. Let me think. Okay. Hard spelling words. Gotta search up hard spelling words. Okay. I don't even know how to pronounce these words. Hold on. These kind of easy. Spell kernel. Yeah, spell kernel. Spell kernel. Kernel. Oh, let me say the definition before you spell actual kernel. Spell kernel. What's the definition of kernel? An army officer of high rank. Colonel. Ain't that's how they be doing it? Like say the definition and then they like say the word. Colonel. No. Army officer of high rank. Colonel. Let's see. I know what type of colonel I would spell. It's just I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. Oh, let me start making this wheel. Yo, what's good, Tori? Everybody that wants to participate in the giveaway. She said COLANOL. Very, 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 very close though. Very close. It is COLONEL. Like I always say colonel, but it's pronounced colonel. I said, go to the colonel and say sometime. Hey, that's like the top 5 commercial all time ever. But yeah, comment if y'all in the chat if y'all want to participate in the giveaway. Say give a hint. A hint is crazy. I'm not. Tori, you don't want to participate in this. You don't. No, I'm showing. Comment yo if y'all want to participate in the giveaway though. Comment yo. I gotta make the wheel though. Spinning wheel of names. They laughing. I got one more word for you. Comment in the chat if y'all want to participate in the giveaway. Okay. Let me look. I feel like this word is easy. Exacerbate. On the participant, I got you. Put your name down. So we got Tori. We're gonna put Janelle. What's good, DB? DB, do you want to participate? D come out tomorrow. I'm locked in. I'm already knowing, bro. Exacerbate. Close. I don't know if I said it right. I kind of feel like exacerbate. Wait, let me hold on. Let me say it. I want to steer you wrong. I'll make sure I pronounce it right.
Exacerbate.
I'll say it wrong. Don't mind me. I can't read. It's over with. I'm done. I'm done for the day. It's enough for me. I thought it said exacerbate. I couldn't even say it no more. What did he say?
Exacerbate.
Exacerbate. That's what it was. Exacerbate. My bad. One more. I'm gonna get it right this time. I'm gonna have them say it for me. I'm gonna put a hard one. I don't even know how to spell this. I don't even know why I'm giving you these type of words. Never heard this word in my life. Let me look. Okay. I got one. Conscientious. Conscientious. Wait, am I saying it right? Conscientious. Don't even mind me, bro. Conscientious. Bro, what? I need to go to sleep, bro. My days be too long. Way too long. Conscientious. That's it, right?
So you want to start a business? You might think you need a team.
We got 3 names. For the giveaway.
You just need GoDaddy Aero.
Shout in the chat, let me know.
GoDaddy Aero uses AI to create everything you need to grow a business. Get started at GoDaddy.com/Aero.
Hold on, wait. Oh, whoa. My bad. Here we go.
Conscientious.
Yeah, that. Conscientious. Not conscience. Conscientious. I'm not conscience. I'm gonna do a Bible study, bro. I'm gonna do a Bible study. But I'll see y'all in there. I'm gonna have to have my granny. We had a good Bible study last night. IDK. So like it's like conscientious. Like chus is like TIOUS, like chus. Conscientious. Spell like this. Oops. Did that pop up? Conscientious. Yeah, that word. Yeah, that's a weird. It's a weird word. over. We got 3 so far. What's in here? Mike. Chat. I'm gonna get 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes before we do this giveaway. 5 more minutes, chat. What's your favorite Bible verse, you know? Yo. What's good, what's good? Yeah, these people be making the words these days. Nah, for real. I don't even know what that means. It sounds like not a pretext, but like a word of conscience, but in a different elaboratory term. Like a consciousness objector in the armor. Yeah, I don't. Lost me. Tell us so. T. What's good? Do you want to participate in the giveaway? Tell us so. VT. Do you want to participate in the giveaway? We got 9 in the chat. Got 9 in the chat. I'm doing 1 spin too. 1 spin, chat. Last time I did like 4. I did 4. I'll give away to 4 people. Or 5. I think it's 4 though. Somebody left. So if y'all not in the chat to receive it, you're cooked. I'll give you 3 minutes to respond. I got your name on there. Got your name on there. We gonna start it in 3 more minutes. 11:48 or 11:40. Yeah, 11:48. That's decent amount of time. 3 minutes, right? What's your favorite scripture, Bible verse? Favorite Bible verse. Can we put this onto here? I don't know if y'all can see this. I hope y'all can see this. Hope y'all can see this. Comment if you want to be a part of the giveaway. Comment. 2 more minutes. Comment if you want to be part of the giveaway. My favorite Bible verse is 11:13. Gotcha. This verse, Philippians 4:13. Yeah. We locked. We in tune. 3:14. I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. Yeah. That's my favorite one too. I like Matthew 7:7 too right now. It's been kind of guiding me this year. Matthew 7:7. Asking shall be given, seeking shall find, knocking the door shall be opened. Knocking the door shall be opened, chat. Okay, I smell. Land on Tory, we're gonna see. Chat, this verse right here. Asking to be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open to you, chat. Don't forget that. Comment. We got, I'm gonna get to 1150. Comment y'all names in the chat or comment in the chat. Say yo in the chat. Say yo in the chat if y'all want to participate in the giveaway. I'm finna spin the wheel at 1150. Y'all got 1 more minute. One more minute. Comment your name or say yo. Comment your name and say yo. Comment your name and say yo. So right now we got DB. Right now we got DB, Tori, Janelle, Mike. Debbie's in the chat. Yeah, that way. That way. We got a countdown. We got a countdown. Shout out to those that's on Twitch. Shout out to those on YouTube. Follow if you're on Twitch. Subscribe if y'all on YouTube. Shout out to all my people in the chat. We have some good streams lately. I might do a Bible study after this. I think I am. So I gotta get off. I want to dig into some stuff. We're gonna dig into some stuff, chat. We're gonna dig into the digs. My homie's been trying to debate me, so we're gonna dig into the digs. We're gonna dig into the digs. Alright. Let's do a countdown, chat. Okay, we got 7 on Twitch. 7 on Twitch. If y'all in the chat, comment yo or say your name. Comment yo or say your name. If you want to get, if you, this is my last. This is my last. I'm put a countdown. Let me see if I got a timer. Countdown. From stopwatch. No. Timer. Y'all got 1 minute. No. Fucking. I got 1 minute, chat. That was spinning the wheel. If y'all want to participate, say yo or say your name. Wait, so what are you giving away this time? Cha-ching! Giving away money. Giving away money. Giving away money. People bless me with money. So, I'm just gonna give back to the community, all the people that's been supporting me. Try to do this every month. So we got countdown 10 seconds, chat. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the polls are closed. The polls are closed, chat. We got 4 in the chat. Alright. Let's see who's gonna get it. 3, 2, 1. DB won the monthly giveaway. DB won a monthly giveaway. He knows what's going on. DB won a monthly giveaway. Alright, chat, we're gonna do another one for March, end of March. Yeah. We're gonna do another one for end of March. Hopefully, we keep growing and getting bigger, get more successful, so get better giveaways, or more giveaways. But yeah, the people in the chat been supporting me heavily, and we've been on a good journey, streaming every day this year. Shout out to those that's been actively locked in and tuned in on this journey. Keep going, stream every day. This year we got what's this day? 64, 65? So that means we got 300 more days left, bro. Of streaming straight. That's crazy, bro. We finna do this though. We finna do this though. Finna do this. Yeah, one second. We finna do some Bible study, bro. Y'all feel like doing some Bible study, chat? I'm trying to do some Bible study, chat. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to do some Bible study. I'm trying to do some Bible study. Switch scenes. Oh, I'm tripping. So we're gonna go view soon. So y'all see this March Bible study. This February. Jeez, I was grinding in February. Y'all see it. But we in March though. So basically, if y'all don't know, whatever days I do it. So I got the King James Version Bible. I got you, DB though. Alright, Terrell, I gotta go to sleep. Love you, good night. Love you too, good night. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully you said 5:30 at St. Paul College. I'm gonna put it in my phone as a reminder. We're gonna go March 4th, 2026. Let me zoom in some more so those can see the questions. I gotta change the title of my stream too. Okay. So we got. Let's space it out. Hilarious. Okay, where's this? Hold on. Where's this thing at, bro? What? 1 second. I'm loading this up, chat. I wonder if I got the app on my Whoop. Hold on. It probably don't. Exactly. Wait, go back. What is this? Okay, update it. Yes. I don't think they got it. Site though. Here I come. 1 second. Give me a second, chat. Give me a second. Alright, we back. We back and we better chat. It says, question number 1 says, oops. I'm gonna drop my ooh. It says, after escape, ooh. It says, after escaping from Egypt, after escaping from Egypt, what idol did Israelites worship? I know this one. While Moses was with A, red horse, B, Ebon, crop, Godiel, C, golden calf, D, silver. Oh man. Silver falcon. My camera's so close. The only zoom out. No. Post. What do you guys think, chat? What do y'all think the answer is? red horse, ebon, crocodile, golden calf, or silver falcon. This is after escape from Egypt. What idol did the Israelites worship while Moses was away? So if y'all don't know, like idol, something like worship idol is a sin. It's abomination to God. He don't like that. What do you guys think, chat? What do you guys think, chat? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? Money? A, B, C, or D? What y'all think, chat? So, okay. If you guys don't know, or scared to answer, the answer is a golden calf. So this story in the Bible basically seems like it's in Exodus. It's basically when, so it's after Moses left Egypt. His brother Aaron was in Egypt with other Israelites and stuff. So while Moses was gone and away and stuff, the people, the Israelites and stuff, there's like saying that like they believe in God and stuff, but they said they needed something physical to like be in that place of the absence of physical of God. So there's like, yeah, we need something or to see something so we can worship it for God or something like that. And then basically they built a golden calf like to represent God basically with, and the people's like praising and like worshiping that golden calf, but that's basically like idolatry, so you can't really do that. So God told like Moses like to come back and like stop all that stuff. And then yeah, don't mock God, chat. That's what I'm saying. Especially like with idolizing stuff, people and things. It's dangerous. Idolatry is dangerous, bro. Gotta be careful. God's a jealous God. Gotta be careful, chat. Where's my Bible? Is my Bible in here? My Bible is not in here. It's not plugged in. Hold on, trying to make sure my stuff is working. It's like tripping, hold on. So yeah, basically what I was saying, like idolatry is not good. I'm trying to grab my Bible so I can get right. Give me a second. Let me see. Go get my Bible. I just got my Bible. This year I'll be carrying my Bible with me everywhere. So it's in my pocket in my backpack. Got it. Hold on. Let's go through this so y'all can understand I wanna like for y'all to see and hear what God did though, cause God got on there with them. Yeah, it said Moses on Mount Sinai for 42 days. And here, detail in Exodus 32. Aaron. Got you. It says. Exodus 42 though. I mean 32. That's what it says. Can't wait to get to Exodus. It says, when the people saw that Moses delayed to come out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, Up, make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what has become of him. And Aaron said unto them, Break off the gold earrings, and which are the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. And all the people break off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them to Aaron. Says, and Aaron saw he brought the altar before it, and Aaron made proclamation and said, Tomorrow is a feast to the Lord. And rose up and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and drink, and rose up to play. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go get thee down, for thy people which thou bringest out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves. So God told Moses, like, go get them, like they true. Since they have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them, they have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is stiff-necked people. Now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation. And Moses besought the Lord his God, and said, Lord, why doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand? Says, wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out, to slay them in the mountains and consume them from the face of the earth? Turn from thy fierce wrath and repent of this evil against thy people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel thy servants, to whom thou sware by thine own self, and saidst unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and all this land that I have spoken of will I give it to your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. And the Lord repented of the evil which he thought to do unto his people. And Moses turned and went down from the mount, and the 2 tablets of testimony were in his hand. The tablets were written on both sides, and on the one side and on the other were they written. Yeah, he was gonna go get the tablets. Basically the 10 Commandments. I said the tables, I said the tablets. It says, came to pass soon as came nigh unto the camp, and they saw the calf and the dancing. Moses' anger waxed hot, and he cast the tables out of his hands, and brake them beneath the mount. And he took the calf which they had made, and burnt it in the fire, and ground it to the powder, and strawed it upon the water, and made the children of Israel drink it. And Moses said unto Aaron, what did this people unto thee, that thou hast so great sin upon them? Yeah. So it was bad. It was bad, child. He was really bad, chat. He was really bad, chat. They kind of tweaked. They kind of tweaked. Okay, it says, question number 2 says, what kind of animal did God save Daniel from? A. Lions. B. Sharks. C. Snakes. D. Whales. I guess it's gonna be snakes or lions. The whale was with Jonah. The lions were with Samuel. I don't never heard about no sharks in the Bible. I don't, not yet. So I don't know. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with snakes or lions. If it's a shark, I'm gonna cry. Actually, quite literally. Just the other one. God saved the prophet Daniel from a den of lions, according to the book of Daniel 6. So Daniel 6, he says, Daniel was specifically a den, so I picked up lions. Daniel was a high official under King Darius, and jealous rivals tricked the king into creating a law prohibiting prayer to anyone but the king. Daniel was unharmed, and King Darius subsequently ordered that all people must fear and reverence the God of Daniel. So it says Daniel 6. Den of lions. I figured it was lions or snakes. It's from Daniel 6. Daniel chapter 6. Oh, it's just Exodus 32. Exodus 32. Golden calf. Daniel 6. Lions. Try to remember that. Excuse me. How long did it take Solomon to build a temple? Getting way better at typing. The years. I should answer chat. I think 7. Because 7 is like a biblical number, so I think it's gonna be 7 or 3. 3 is biblical number 2 as well, so it's gonna be 7 or 3 chat. Let's see. 7 years. See. 1 Kings 6, 38. His succession began in the 4th year of his reign and was completed in the 8th year, with the foundation laid in the month of the month of Bull. Says total of 7 years. 1 Kings 37 to 38. Completion date 11th year. Okay. Got you. 1 Kings. Ooh, bang bang. Okay. So 7 years. 7 years, shit. I said 1 King chapter 6, verse 37. That's 1 Samuel. Here we go, Kings. Chapter 6, verse 30. 37. This is in the 4th year was the foundation of the house of the Lord laid in the month of Ziph, and in the 11th year, in the month Bull was the 8th month, was the house finished throughout all the parts thereof, and according to all the fashion of it. So he was 7 years in building it. So it took him 7 years to build the temple. It's a long time. It's faithfulness, bro. It says Psalms 83. Oh, 82, verse 3. Part of what does God do? A. Grants 3 wishes. B. Take a thorn. C. Be unjust. D. Give justice. I'm gonna bank on A or D. A or D. We're gonna read it straight out of Psalms 82. We'll read it straight out of Psalms 82. Psalm 82 chat. Oh, I need to retitle my stream. Let me see. Let me change the title of my stream. Hold on, chat. Changing my title. a second, chat. Alright, fucking. Okay, palm. Also palms. Tired. Okay, Psalms. 82, verse 3. So defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needed. It says give justice. So it says God gives justice. It says, question number 5 says, when the Lord sent out a great wind into the sea, so that the ship was about to be broken, Jonah was found in Tarshish. B. Eating a meal. C. Assisting on day. D. Fast asleep. Answer. I think chat. Perfect. Let me see. Let me know what y'all think, chat. 1, A, B, C, or D. I don't know what this was. I think I answered on accident. It's good, bro. So Bear with me. Was found. Wait. Also causing great loss during that weekend. The breakthrough ship Jonah was found down in the lowest part of the vessel, lying fast asleep. The captain woke him up to pray, and through casting lots in the sailors identified Jonah as the cause of the tempest. He was in a deep sleep, ignoring the panic, and a corn fell into prayer. Oh wow. You sleep? Fast asleep. That's what I'm gonna be. 6. There is a way which seemeth blank unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of Christ. I don't know, to be honest. Finna see I'm at A. Right. Death. B. Straight. Happiness. C. False. Life. D. Crooked. And wealth. There's a way that was seemeth. Wait, I told baby. Are the ways of death. Facts. That seems the most correct. I believe the first. See, I know it. It's a Proverbs 14:12. What? Like what? What's going on? So this is right. The 7 formal. Says blank will not inherit the kingdom of God. A. The Greeks. B. The Jews. C. The Christians. D. The unrighteous. E. I'm missing righteous. I think the answer is unrighteous. It says, what do we call A, wizard, B, prophet. I wish he was here for the giveaway, man. I did a giveaway earlier. Soothe, slayer, D. Oh man. Medicine man. Soothsayer. Answer. This answer is 1,000% prophet. Prophetic language.
Timeout, timeout. Bring it in. Guys, what's happening out there? We're down 20.
Coach, we're terrible. I'm switching teams.
Prophet. Question number 9. 2 more questions left. To John the Baptist were a coat made from sorry. So John the Baptist wore a coat made so it says a camel, a horse, sheep, dog, intro. I don't know this one actually. It says John the Baptist wore a garment made of camel hair, especially woven cloth, along with a leather belt, described in Matthew 3:4 and Mark 1:6. This attire symbolizes the role as a prophet, echoing the appearance of Elijah. Gotcha. This says Matthew 3-4 and Mark. Matthew and Mark. Question number 10 says, who did Moses from the tribe? Yeah, 1 second. It said, who did Moses from the tribe of Judah to scout the land of Canaan? A. Igal. B. Quality. C. Emiel. Yeah! D is Caleb. I'm gonna guess Caleb. Here I come. Yep, Caleb. So it's Caleb. Yeah, sure. Caleb. I'll be right back, chat. Here I come. I'll be putting it right here. Yeah, with this video.
As the last brick of the tall tower was being crushed for dust, and Noah was beginning to die, a boy was being born in the southern corner of Mesopotamia. It's been nearly 250 years since the fall of the Great Tower in Babylon, and people have developed new ways of talking. Dark ways. Bitter ways. Where they hear without understanding and speak without moving their mouths. Their new communities have been so impacted by this one event that they have altogether abandoned the God that created them in His image and have traded Him for gods that they have created in their image. They now worship small pieces of stone and wood that have ears but do not hear, and mouths but cannot speak. The people of the world now seek oracles from walking staves, and counsel from the dead. After all, it's easier to worship that which you make, since if the gods are crafted by your own hands, then within you resides the power to choose right from wrong, doesn't it? The scattered people of the world, all choosing for themselves what is right, what is the path to life. But 140 miles southwest of the fallen ruins, in an uninteresting part of the world, a common man, Terah, is having his first child, Abram, meaning exalted father. And it is because of this child that by the end of our tale, everything, including the very namesake of Abram himself, will be changed. Many years pass after Abram's birth as the beginning of our tale unfolds, and Abram's father Terah makes a daring move in the early years of human civilization, as he attempts to move his family from the town of Ur in the land of the Chaldeans to Canaan. But he ends up stopping and pitching his tent in Haran. But while in Haran, Abram is called to fulfill all that which his father was unable. The Lord said to Abram, "Go from your land, go from your relatives, go from your father's house, to the land that I will show you. I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you. I will curse anyone who treats you with contempt, and all the peoples on earth will be blessed through you." Now, as odd as it may sound, ancient Hebrew readers and writers always understood that Abram and his family were pagan polytheists, meaning they worshipped many gods. Because of that, however, as the curse of Cain is undone in the man of Abram here, we see that this story will powerfully put on display one incredible attribute of God's character time and time again, namely, his mercy, withholding the punishment that humanity deserves. And it is through this very mercy that we will see the power of God unleashed to humanity. But here, it is God's mercy that presents Abram with a choice: to exalt the God that has just revealed himself to Abram, or to weigh his commands against the promise of other gods. You see, Abram is met with two paths: a tree of life, or a tree of choosing right from wrong for himself. And so, Abram went, as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he left Haran. He took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, and all the possessions they had accumulated and the people that they had acquired in Haran, and they set out for the land of Canaan. When they came to the land of Canaan, Abram passed through the land to the site of Shechem, at the oak of Moreh. The Lord appeared to Abram and said, "To your offspring I will give this land." And so, Abram built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. From there, he moved on to the hill country east of Bethel, and pitched his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. He built an altar to the Lord there too, and he called on the name of the Lord. And then, Abram journeyed by stages to the Negev. As Abram and his company travel around the land of which God had called them, they realize that the chaos of the uncreated order has taken over. There's a famine.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want, and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one, to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation, where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality, right now.
EVE Online is a vast universe, alive with the unrelenting activity and combined history of its players. Pursuing lives of adventure, warfare, and prosperity, they share this existence in the biggest single shard, free-to-play MMO of all time. Set 21,000 years in the future, EVE takes place in a distant cluster of over 7,000 star systems known as New Eden. It is a rich and diverse universe featuring densely populated havens of relative safety governed by 4 great empires. Hostile systems where player alliances make the rules. Even regions of anomalous and unexplored space that hold their own secrets. You play as a Capsuleer, a revered breed of highly trained pilot, having achieved immortality through the use of cloning technology. You navigate the universe encased in an armored capsule deep within your ship, where you have complete neural control and function as one. There are hundreds of ships to fly in Eve. Everything from small, nimble craft and versatile mid-range vessels to formidable warships and colossal freighters. Each has advantages and suited roles, but all are completely customizable as you decide how to equip and arm them. What you do in New Eden is entirely up to you. Eve's immense sandbox gives you the opportunity to choose between multiple professions and activities. The key to this unique customization of your playstyle is skill training. This is a passive process, and it continues whether you are in or out of game. As a new player, you can focus on one specific area in order to quickly reach the same level of specialization as a veteran. So be adventurous and explore new avenues of development for your character, as you can always change role and reinvent yourself if desired. If you want to fight, combat in Eve can involve solo missions against non-player adversaries, or small group skirmishes, while for some, it can even be the thrill of fleeting up with thousands of fellow pilots and battling over disputed territory. If you want to explore, then the discovery of uncharted space and ancient regions that promise riches, danger, and adventure await you. You can also engage in the business of prosperity, be it industry, mining, or even interstellar piracy. The beauty of life in New Eden is that all of these activities, and many more, can be done alone or with others. A unique in-game market, unprecedented in scale and degree of player control, is the beating heart of New Eden. Players are responsible for the manufacture of almost everything you can buy or sell. The gathering and refinement of resources, the building of ships, equipment, and even some space stations. Eve's players are core to how the universe is filled and how the economy thrives. Players in Eve can band together to form corporations where they can enrich their experience, learn new elements of gameplay, and share their wealth and goals. When these player-run corporations grow to become larger entities, they can merge with other corps to form alliances. Powerful alliances regularly compete for control and influence over large areas of space, waging wars and engaging in record-breaking battles. Even taking down well-defended, sprawling, player-built space stations. In the spirit of exploration and mystery, new content and experiences are constantly introduced into the universe, with over a decade of free expansions leading to continual development and evolution of gameplay. While every action and decision has consequences for the universe and its hundreds of thousands of players, the game remains very much about your unique adventure and story. A story that will forever be woven into the fabric of Eve.
A severe famine. Abram's journey from Haran begins to be peppered with doubt and anxiety. Has he actually given up everything he had known to follow a God he had not known? Abram thinks he understands the right thing to do. But in our tale of twists and turns, that seldom will be the case. Abram commands his company to flee the land that God had called them to the land of Egypt. As Abram and his wife Sarai approach the land that they're fleeing to, Abram says to his wife, "Look, I know what a beautiful woman you are. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'This is his wife,' and they will kill me, but let you live. Please, say you're my sister, so it will go well for me because of you, and my life will be spared on your account." Though to Abram this may seem like the right thing to do, Abram's distrust in the God that has protected them is painfully apparent. And when Pharaoh sees Sarai, he is overcome. The Egyptians see her beauty and they seize her, and since Pharaoh thinks Abram is her brother and would more than like to win his favor, he treats Abram like a king. But God is none too pleased. Not only has Pharaoh acted unjustly in his desire to take whomever he pleases like Lamech, but God is determined to see justice brought forth for his people. He strikes the land of Egypt with a series of severe plagues. And when Pharaoh finds out the truth about Sarai, he becomes terrified of the powerful God that has come up against him. He sends Abram and Sarai away with a multitude of possessions. But now, Abram and his family have another problem. They've become so wealthy that they can't all fit in the land. So him and his nephew Lot, they decide that they must separate from each other. Lot takes the plains as far as Zoar in the east, near the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. Abram, he pitches his tents near the oaks of Mamre in Hebron in the west. And now, all would be well, if it weren't for the depravity of human sin and the corruption of power. Suddenly, a war of mighty kings is stirred upon the face of the earth, like a raging tempest on a mountainside. The key player, Kedorlaomer, king of Elam. He's on a rampage to take over the whole of the land that God had given to the family of Abram. He has recruited, by force or by diplomacy, 3 kings to aid in his mighty conquest. Amraphel, king of Shinar. Arioch, king of Elasar. Tidal, king of Choim. But the Siddim Valley is not so easily conquered. Spurred by the threat of war, the 4 kings are met with 5. Bera, king of Sodom. Birsha, king of Gomorrah. Shinar, king of Admah. Shember, king of Zeboim, and the unnamed king of Bela. The armies advance in the valley of Siddim, but the 5 kings just can't seem to hold off the evil 4 for long. The 4 kings advance into the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, and that's when it becomes personal. The 4 warring kings bind and capture Abram's nephew Lot. And when Abram hears of this, armed with 318 trained men, the mighty men of Abram's household strike down the 4 warring kings. They pursue them as far as Damascus. Abram nearly single-handedly rescues Lot. His heroic bravery and courage attract the attention of many officials from the area. You see, it is in the Sheva Valley where Abram is met by 2 kings. The first king, Melchizedek, as it was written of him somewhere else. By translation of his name, it means King of Righteousness, and also the King of Salem, that is to say, the King of Peace. He was without father or mother or genealogy. He had neither beginning of days nor end of life, but he resembled the Son of God, and he continues as a priest forever. He is all that Adam was created to be and could not be. And another king meets Abram in the valley.
Walleye are the state fish of Minnesota, and lakes are definitely more than just walleye. They are actually mediators of climate change. And walleye, as a cold water fish, are also something that is going to be increasingly impacted as our state waters warm. The Science Museum of Minnesota is a leader in freshwater research. People come to us to answer the really difficult questions. Every lake is important to someone. We want to make sure that we provide that science that they need to be able to protect and maintain the quality of their lake for the future.
Go ahead, close it. With Gusto, payroll and compliance are already done. Those extra 2 days every month since you switched? Unlimited payroll runs with no extra charge? Being able to pay your team instantly or the same day? Your taxes filed automatically? Music to your ears. Make time for what matters. Choose a future with Gusto. Get started for free at gusto.com.
Behra, meaning the son of evil. He is the king of the wicked city of Sodom. And the 2 kings meet the hero where he stands. Melchizedek brings gifts of bread and wine, and he blesses Abram with a blessing straight from the heart of God. By all accounts, a mere offering of bread and wine would seem weak, but in comparison to the son of evil, king of Sodom, that offering is absolutely nothing. The king of Sodom offers Abram nearly everything he possesses, and Abram refuses. He says that he has sworn an oath to his God, Yahweh, God Most High, the God that has strengthened and protected him. Abram says that he promised that God that he would not take anything from the king of Sodom, lest the son of evil claim he made Abram rich and require a return blessing. Out of sheer gratitude, Abram humbly gives 1/10 of everything he owns to the house of Melchizedek, priest king of righteousness and peace. Abram believes that the God of Melchizedek is the true, only, sovereign God, king of creation. And his faith in this God is beginning to be a shining light to the nations as the kings meet him in the Sheva Valley. And so, it is no coincidence that after this encounter, God appears to Abram shortly thereafter. God makes a promise to Abram right then and there. He says that Abram will have a son, even though he is old in age. He promises that this son will give way to offspring more numerous than the very stars. And God promises Abram that the land that he stands on, the land of Canaan, will be given to him and his descendants as a possession. Abram believes God. He believes that he is the one true God of creation, and everything that Abram has, will have, or has ever had was given to him by this one and only God of creation. And so, even though Abram has failed time and time again up until this point, his belief is counted to him as righteousness. And Abram is immediately put into proper relationship with the God of the universe. But this vision that Abram has is not over. It lasts until Abram is put into a deep sleep, and in his sleep, a dark shadow overcomes the man of God. God makes a peculiar claim to Abram in this dream. He says that his kindred will be foreigners in a land for 400 years before God brings judgment upon the nation that will enslave them. Well, a long time passes after this vision, you see, and Abram and Sarai are now nearly 100 years old, and they still have no children. How will their offspring be more numerable than the stars? How will they take over the land that God had promised them? How will there be a man to come from the seed of the woman and crush the head of the snake that is going to enslave them? Well, Sarai begins to scheme, and her schemes lead her to an idea that seemed right in her own eyes. That, well, although she cannot serve Abram by becoming pregnant, her servant Hagar can. And so, Abram conceives with his servant Hagar, and she bears a child that they name Ishmael. God appears to Abram shortly after this. He appears to Abram and he commands, "I am God Almighty. Live in my presence and be blameless. I will set up my covenant between me and you, and I will multiply you greatly." And Abram falls on his face in reverence. And as God metaphorically picks up his head, he renames him to Abraham, the father of many nations. You see, in the chaos of creation, God creates order when he speaks it into existence and begins to order the created realm by ordaining names to all that he creates. And so when God changes Abram's name to Abraham, not only does he remind him of the promise that will come to pass, but he also firmly establishes his relationship to Abraham, that he has ordered Abraham's life and the events therein, and will continue to do that until and even beyond Abraham's death. From here on, the sign of circumcision will represent how Abraham and his kin are grafted into the household of faith. It represents cutting away the sin and the failure of human depravity. His promise is reassured in the heart and the mind of Abraham, that in spite of his own failings, in spite that Abraham and his family choose deliberately time and time again to do what is right in their own eyes, God will bring forth from Abraham a mighty king. And God will continue to be the God of Abraham. God's promises to Abraham will be maintained, even if Abraham and his family breach this covenant. We can see the light of the snake crusher from the early chapters of this book filling the hearts and minds of the people of God. God changes Sarai's name here also to Sarah, and while both names mean princess, the addition of the H align her powerfully with the God of all creation, and thus, from her, the children that they will bear together, subduing the earth under God's rule. 1 year passes. God appears to Abraham and Sarah again by the oaks of Mamre. Abraham is 99 years old at this point, well past the age to have children. And yet, God assures them that in 1 year, God will bless them with a child. Meanwhile, God goes to the oaks and stares out over the valley. He is going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah for their idolatrous wickedness, the very city where Lot and his family have pitched their tents. Abraham, now grafted into this monotheistic care of the one true God, is about to be tested. When we left the light of the garden, we were promised that one day would come a man to crush the head of the evil serpent. This man would have to rule over creation with the magnanimity of God himself, all that Adam could not do. That means that he would have to rule in righteousness and with justice. And so, to test the strength of Abraham's character, God shows Abraham what he will do. His plan is to judge the cities of wickedness that have perverted any concept of righteousness and justice. Abraham pleads with God 8 times. He says if he can find a certain number of righteous people in the city, then God would be unjust to destroy the cities. God thinks the same way. Eventually, Abraham and God agree that if just 10 righteous people, if 10 people align with God's concepts of righteousness, then he will not destroy the city for the sake of the 10. And so, 2 angels go and investigate the city. And when they step into the town square, Lot, Abraham's nephew, sees them and bows low to the ground, recognizing them to be righteous, royal men. He pleads with them that they not stay long in the square, for the men of the city are evil. Reluctantly, the men go with Lot back to his house when suddenly there comes a bang on the door. A crowd of people have gathered outside of Lot's house, seeing that he has brought 2 mysterious men into the house. They demand that Lot bring out the men so that they can commit unspeakable sexual acts towards them. And just as the wicked men are about to breach the door, the angels strike them with blindness and have Lot and his family escape early the next morning. And as the family of Lot is running, a mixture of fire and sulfur pour forth from the sky as the chaos of creation is undone on itself once again. When Abraham sees that the city had been destroyed, and not 10 righteous people were found there, he decides to move his family to the Negev. A reset button. With his new name, a new God, and newfound mercies, they travel back to where they started.
The way you see an idea in your mind, the way you describe it to a friend. This is how website creation should be. Expression as natural as thinking. Let it out, shape it into something that could only come from you. This is the new way to create Wix Harmony.
But in an almost comic series of parallel events, the king of the land, Abimelech, wants to take Sarah as his wife. But God comes to Abimelech in a dream that night and threatens the mighty king for taking another man's wife. When Abimelech pleads his innocence, the identity of Sarah is then revealed to him, and he too becomes terrified of the man that he has taken to be a prophet. In his rushed fear, he gives Abraham an immense amount of possessions and makes it known that they are welcome to dwell in the land peacefully, all they would like. It is after this that the Lord visits Sarah, and she conceives and bears a son. They name him Isaac, the seed of the woman. When Isaac is born, the Lord protects Hagar and her son Ishmael when Sarah demands that they be sent into the eastern wilderness. Abraham gives them provisions for the journey, and God meets the servant and her son by a river. God promises that Ishmael will grow old and father many kings, and we learn that from the son of Abraham, Ishmael fathers the 12 princes of Arabia. Meanwhile, Abimelech returns to greet Abraham and Sarah. He's been watching the growth of this immense family and is likely worried that Abraham will overtake the land of the Philistines that he's the king of. And so, the two set up an agreement to stay clear of each other's way and maintain their amicability in future generations. Because of the peace that had now been brought upon the family, Abraham plants a tamarisk tree and he worships God, claiming him to be the one true everlasting God of creation. It is, after all of these things, time and time again, that Abraham and his wife choose for themselves to know the difference between right and wrong, that Abraham is met with his ultimate test in his trust in God. And as we will learn later in this story, God uses this test to give us a beautiful picture of who he is. God calls out to Abraham. "Here I am," he answered. "Take your son," God says, "your only son Isaac, whom you love. Go to the land of Moriah and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains that I will tell you about." And so, Abraham got up early in the morning. He saddled his donkey and took with him 2 of his young men and his son Isaac. He split wood for a burnt offering and set out to go to the place that God had told him about. On the 3rd day, Abraham looked up and saw the place in the distance. And then Abraham said to the young men, "Stay here with the donkey. The boy and I will go over there to worship, and then we'll come back to you." Abraham took the wood for the burnt offering and laid it on his son Isaac. The hill that Abraham sees in the distance for Isaac will bear many names over the centuries. But in Aramaic, the name of that place was Golgotha, the place of the skull. Has Abraham made a terrible mistake here? After all, he spent a great deal of time bargaining for the life of his nephew Lot, which proved his sense of righteousness and justice. He, of all people, knows that God will listen to his plea. He, of all people, knows God's mercy. But when it comes to his son, he stays silent. To be fair, Abraham's life had been given to him by the God that he now worships. Will God's mercy fail? Will God pronounce judgment on Abraham for sacrificing his son, even if that is a failure on Abraham's part? Will God pronounce judgment on Abraham for withholding his son, even if that's a failure on Abraham's part? The question to ask is this: will God's mercy fail for those he calls righteous? As Abraham lays his son, bound on the altar, his hand raises with a sharpened knife.
They say higher education is outdated, irrelevant. We say don't settle for the status quo.
At Grand Canyon University, we shatter it.
We lead with a pioneering spirit in classrooms that are incubators for bold ideas.
GCU empowers learners of every generation, on campus, online, and hybrid learning environments.
This is purpose-driven education. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu.
Pluto TV has a universe of free content. This is the mindset. This is the mantra. Pluto TV is always free. Free. This is the mindset. People just need free stuff. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
Here I am. And then he said, "Do not lay your hand on the boy. Don't do anything to him. For now I know that you respect me as a God above all other gods." Abraham looked up, and he saw a ram caught in the thicket by its horns. And so Abraham went and took the ram and offered it as a burnt offering in place of his son. And Abraham named that place, "The Lord Will Provide." Yehovah Yireh. So it is said, it will be provided on the Lord's mountain. Abraham considered that God was able even to raise him from the dead, from which, figuratively speaking, he did. Abraham's life had been given to him by the God that he worshiped, his wealth, his son, and perhaps most importantly, a sacrifice. The very sacrifice that proves Abraham's commitment to trust God's authority. The very sacrifice that reveals a profound display of God's faithfulness. God reassures Abraham of the covenant that they had made. And it is here when Sarah dies at the age of 127. When the time of mourning was complete for Abraham, he buys a large choice tomb to bury his wife, and he pays Ephron, a man that he meets, 400 pieces of silver for it. Although Ephron was willing to give it to him for free, Abram wanted there to be no doubt in their minds that this land was indeed his and his kinsmen. Before Abraham dies, he takes a second wife named Keturah, and together they have many, many children. At the age of 175, Abraham dies, and he's buried by his two sons, Isaac and Ishmael, come together united under their father and their God. And they bury their father in the cave next to Sarah. These stories may seem strange to us now, but they give us indeed a profound picture of sacrifice and atonement throughout the rest of the biblical epic. You see, when Babel had fallen and the people scattered, the gods that they made spoke to them. They commanded them to commit horrific acts, including the act of sacrificing their own child. So let me be clear. The God of this story is still, unlike every other god in thought at the time. We will see his detestation of child sacrifice as we go on. You see, he never intended Abraham to kill his own son that Abraham loved. For God loved him too. And from Isaac will come the very man to crush the head of the snake. And so we must see in Isaac something of the snake crusher. That for the death that was brought on by the serpent to be defeated, the snake crusher must enter through the chaotic waters of the grave and come out on the other side victorious. For now, God says in this story, for now, a ram will do, but for long it cannot. You see, we know that God loved Isaac, because one day God too will send himself as the son whom he loves. And the son will know, and the son will choose a path of life or a path from knowing right from wrong. And there will be no ram that day. Only the God who provides the way to eternal life by himself. This was Bible Unbound. We'll see you next time.
every little detail matters. Races can be decided by 1,000th of a second. The last thing we need to be thinking about in those moments is payroll. Thankfully, we have Gusto as a part of our team. Knowing that compliance and payroll are being handled correctly, honestly, helps me sleep at night. When athletes are racing at 90 miles per hour, Gusto helps us stay focused on performance, not paperwork.
My dad is a glider pilot, which means that he flies planes that don't have motors. You know, they're staying aloft in the same way that that birds do, by like riding these invisible currents of air. He built one himself in our garage when I was a kid. It was called the Woodstock. But my dad took me to the Science Museum of Minnesota. You're looking for this panel of glass at this whirling water as it travels around the shape of an airplane wing. And I just remember him being so enthralled.
Have you ever looked back on your life with such nostalgia that your whole body just ached to return? Perhaps, like a wave, it just washes over you thinking about childhood, so full of imagination, or young adulthood when the world was full of possibility. Even C.S. Lewis likened this longing to something like joy, the yearning for a world that isn't reality. Not yet, at least. If this has been you, then I know that two things are probably true as well. One, you may be just too wearied to hear the story that I have to tell today. But two, and equally important, this story was written for someone just like you. As author and scholar George M. Schwab put it, this story is for when we see the world crumbling around us and we are suddenly unsure of the future of civilization. Indeed, throughout the Bible, there is a particular section of biblical literature that is reserved for the wearied and the oppressed, the downcast and the burdened, all to reveal that God is in complete control of the world. You see, it may shock you to hear, but again, as Schwab says, that is the purpose of apocalyptic literature. And that is the purpose of Daniel. Apocalyptic literature takes the teachings of the rest of the Bible and expresses them with unforgettable images in order to inject hope into the wearied veins of suffering saints. Coincidentally, I have a hard time believing that Daniel himself wasn't in the same place as he was hauled off to Babylon as a young boy. This is his story, and this is Bible Unbound. Let's explore. Our story may begin in 609 BC with a provocative tale of murder, betrayal, and political upheaval. Indeed, the book of 2nd Chronicles, chapter 35 in particular, relays this terrible tale when Necho, pharaoh of Egypt, is going out to war against the encroaching Babylonian army. When Pharaoh attempts to pass through Judah on the way to the battlefield of Carchemish, he meets King Josiah, king of Judah. Josiah stands his ground that fateful day, leading to his untimely death. Eventually, this leads Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to make Jehoiakim king of Judah, likely because Jehoiakim would easily submit to the rule of Necho. Meanwhile, the son of Nabopolassar, Nebuchadnezzar, has been sent on mission to conquer the Western world. Nebuchadnezzar will one day grow to infamy as the man who built the Neo-Babylonian dynasty. One day, he will plant a garden so beautiful that it will rank among the wonders of the ancient world. But at this time in history, he, like Cain, desires to see the world subjugated in blood and given to himself. So he has just arrived at Carchemish. Here, Nebuchadnezzar will meet Necho, king of Egypt. The defeat of Necho will mean the defeat of the Western world and submission to Babylonian rule. The defeat of Nebuchadnezzar will mean the tyrannical reign of Necho, king of Egypt.
Shop your new mattress your way at Ashley. Browse our wide selection online from the comfort of your home, or come in and see what feels good at one of our conveniently located stores. Shop Ashley in-store or online today.
Smart founders know something most people miss. Get your domain name even if you're not ready to launch your business. With Wix, you can grab yours now and then get to work. Here's why it matters. Back in 2019, I had this killer business idea, but I delayed getting the domain name because I wasn't ready. That was a huge mistake. Someone else grabbed it, built the exact same business I planned, and now they're making all the money that I could have been making. And that's why I'm sharing this. Locking down your domain name is crucial, and on Wix, it's super fast. They handle all the tricky tech stuff for you, making it seamless. And honestly, having a domain name gives your idea instant credibility. A domain name isn't just a name, it's a way to claim your space and take your idea seriously. Because once it's taken, you're stuck paying a premier price for it or losing it. So go to Wix right now, search your idea. If the domain is available, grab it.
Decidedly, Nebuchadnezzar defeats Pharaoh and takes over Judah in the process. All the while, a boy named Daniel grows up in the southern tribe. Daniel is a nobleman in Judah, from the tribe of Judah. And if Nebuchadnezzar's criterion for enslavement, found in Daniel 1:6, is taken seriously, Daniel likely would have grown up in relative luxury. He would have enjoyed the best education in Judah. He was good looking, and his family was probably very wealthy. He's but 12 years old in 605 BC, when Nebuchadnezzar destroys Jerusalem and carts Daniel off with many others and the temple gold. Daniel becomes a mere tithe to the king of Babylon, a recognition of defeat and submission. And if the gold of the temple is of any indication, Daniel too will be smelted down and made into an image of the Babylonian gods. So it is on this fateful day that will change everything for Daniel, Babylon, and the rest of the world, when Daniel is taken captive along with 3 other royal Judahites named Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah to Babylon. And like the gold of the temple, the Babylonians attempt to melt them down into an image of Babylon. The 4 boys now become men are made eunuchs. They grow up in the palace of Nebuchadnezzar and are trained to serve him. They are given new names, names that now reflect the cruel provision of the Babylonian gods: Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Daniel too is renamed to Belshazzar. But we're going to keep calling him Daniel, whose name means God is my judge. Now, one day during their training, Daniel was convicted by God not to eat the food of Babylon. Now, it's not entirely clear why Daniel and his 3 friends take their stand on dietary restrictions, as the Mosaic Law did not forbid them drinking wine or eating plenty of other meats that would have been available. However, by Eastern standards, to share a meal was to commit oneself to friendship. It was of covenant significance, in a way that names and vocation simply were not. In other words, to eat the food of Babylon was to commit oneself to the Babylonian way of life. A line was drawn in the sand that day between Daniel and Babylon. A line that will be towed, examined, but never crossed throughout this story. You see, in our sinful flesh, we may want to be the Daniel of this story. But in that sin, we are truly Nebuchadnezzar, lusting after pride of place. Daniel is a reflection of someone entirely unlike ourselves, the representative of a different kingdom. While the writer is not claiming that Daniel was sinless, the writer is saying that he was law-abiding and that his first allegiance was to his God. Thus, we see in this story two kingdoms: the coercive yet comfortable Babylon and the magnanimous kingdom of God. So Daniel approaches his overseer and requests their diet be changed. The chief eunuch is hesitant to run this change up the flagpole, however, which is why Daniel insists that even if the 4 Israelites are given the worst food of the kingdom, their God will miraculously nourish them. And so he does, for 10 days. At the end of 10 days, it was seen that they were better in appearance and fatter in flesh than all the youths who ate the king's food. After this, the chief eunuch presented all of the new servants to Nebuchadnezzar. They stood before him under scrutinizing examination, and among all of them, none was found like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore, the 4 Israelites were given the high honor of standing before the king, serving him as he made pronouncements to the kingdom. Well, several years pass while Daniel and the other Israelite royalty stand in the presence of a new king. Nebuchadnezzar must have come in looking quite disheveled early one morning. He climbs his throne and suddenly demands a cohort of magicians and soothsayers be brought in. Nebuchadnezzar has had a dream. The king said to them, "I had a dream, and my spirit is troubled to know the dream."
Machine learning is advancing, but businesses wonder if some machines can keep up.
Let's welcome our new coworker, Jeff.
Copier has a great idea.
Wonder if it's the same idea as yesterday.
It's a performance issue, really. I know people push your buttons, but you still have to deliver.
Anything can change the world of work. ADP Assist is AI, informed by workplace data, and designed for the next anything.
Is it time to say yep to Vyepti? Vyepti is an IV infusion that helps prevent migraine attacks. Chronic migraine patients saw 23 fewer migraine days on average per treatment. And it's just 4 30-minute IV treatments a year. Don't take if allergic to Vyepti. Allergic reactions, high blood pressure, and Raynaud's, which causes numb or painful fingers or toes, can happen. Get help right away for rash, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, or throat, or trouble breathing, hives, and facial redness. Common side effects are stuffy nose, scratchy throat, and allergic reactions. Ask your doctor about Vyepti.
The pagan priests stand, eager to know the dream that troubled Nebuchadnezzar. But the king answered and said to the Chaldeans, "The word from me is firm. If you do not make known to me the dream and its interpretation, you shall be torn limb from limb, and your houses shall be laid in ruins." The sorcerers said, "Let the king tell his servants the dream, and we will show its interpretation." The king answered and said, "I know with certainty that you are trying to gain time because you see that the word from me is firm. If you do not make the dream known to me, there is but one sentence for you. You have agreed to speak lying and corrupt words before me till the times change. Therefore, tell me the dream, and I shall know that you can show me its interpretation." The Chaldeans answered the king and said, "There is not a man on earth who can meet the king's demand, for no great and powerful king has asked such a thing of any magician or enchanter or Chaldean." Well, furious, the king demands all of the wise men in the land be torn limb from limb. So the king's guard begin to scour the kingdom for the wise men. Well, Daniel and his friends would likely have been running for their lives, but as though they were asleep in a storm, they do not fear. God miraculously protects Daniel from the malevolent schemes. He walks away from the captain of the guard completely unharmed. And so he runs to tell Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael. They suggest that while no human might know Nebuchadnezzar's dream, perhaps God does. Then the mystery was revealed to Daniel in a vision of the night. Then Daniel blessed the God of heaven. The next day, Daniel presents himself before Nebuchadnezzar and begins to explain the dream. You saw, O king, and behold, a great image. This image, mighty and of exceeding brightness, stood before you, and its appearance was frightening. The head of this image was of
Alright, chat. I'm about to hop off. Appreciate all y'all that's watching and to tune in, man. Say a quick prayer. Father God, thank you for everything. Thank you for giving us a second chance at life to become better and do better by you, Lord God. Please continue to watch over me and my family, Lord God, and my friends, Lord God, as we go through these difficult times of supporting one another and being there for one another. So please continue to fill that gap